Hello everyone, look at my new glasses. Aren't they adorable? They're little unicorns and rainbows. It kind of bothers me that the lens isn't that dark because I really like big glasses that obstruct my vision with dark lenses so I can't see either, just in case the vision obstruction wasn't enough. I got these yesterday in the mail and they are so adorable. I kind of wish that these little plastic decals weren't so crappy, but it is what it is. So if you hear any background noise, it's my Roomba or my roommate's Roomba. Not my Roomba, but my Roomba because I live here. So I just got back from the post office. I had to send off my passport to get renewed. And with this whole coronavirus thing, like, I don't know if I'm ever going to see my passport again, especially because the post office has been losing more packages than usual, and I'm gonna be really upset if I have to, like, get a new passport rather than renew my passport because the post office loses it. So that aside, I am updating about me falling down the stairs that happened exactly 2 weeks ago at this point. And at first I was just like, oh, I don't know if I have a concussion, but now I am sure that I have a concussion because it's been 2 weeks. I've had a headache the entire 2 weeks, and I don't get headaches ever. I did go to urgent care, which I can't remember if I updated about that or not, but I did go to urgent care. They sent me to get a CT scan, which I got, and it was normal. Then they told me to follow up with the ophthalmologist, which I think is either next week or the week after. I've never been to an ophthalmologist. I have heard the horror stories from my friends. Don't really want to go. But I should go because I have insurance and I should probably get this checked out. And yeah, so I am no longer able to go to physical therapy for the knee that I dislocated because doing any sort of vigorous exercise bothers my head. And so my PT has suggested concussion rehabilitation, which I didn't even know was a thing. So now I have to go to another doctor, which he like told me, like, he's like, oh, it's just easiest if you go in the same like medical group, get the referral, and then we can do PT for your concussion, and then continue the PT on your knee. And I was like, okay, whatever. So apparently, when you have a concussion, you have this thing called exercise intolerance, where you can't exercise. And surprise, surprise, I already have exercise intolerance because I was diagnosed 2 summers ago or something like that with postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. And I have taken care of it myself, and I am completely back to normal. So to have this issue again is pretty not cool, but it is what it is. I did have my friend come. He works in construction. He came to look at my stairs in the house that I live in. So I am going to just show you. Like, it's a pretty old house. So these are the stairs. They're carpeted. So as you can see, I thought that because they're so old, like this part right here is like flat, you know, from everybody stepping on it for like 100 years. And I slip on that. So that was my theory. Apparently these stairs aren't to code. I'm not going to spend money on asking for like a professional opinion, but my friend I think is professional because he used to build houses for a living. And if he says they are not to code, I believe that they are not to code. And so I was going down another set of stairs that were not in my house, and I was just like, oh, hey, like these stairs are pretty shallow too. And he's just like, yeah, but they're like wider by an inch, and that makes a difference. And I guess like it's kind of like when back in the day, I don't know if anybody remembers the New York Times. They like cut the margin off of their newspaper in order to save paper, and people freaked out because they cut only like half an inch or something, which meant it was like an inch when you open the paper. And people would hold the paper in their hand and they would just be like, "This is not the same newspaper. This is terrible." And it was a really big deal. I think that that's probably the same as stairs. If you are used to going up and down like stairs that are a certain length, width, and then you suddenly go downstairs that are a tiny bit shorter, it does make a difference. That's just, again, my like hypothesis in this entire unofficial science experiment. And yes, I am that old that we used to read the newspaper in paper form, and I am that old that I remember when they cut the margin off the newspaper in order to save paper, because the newspaper was printed and there'd be like this like blank space and it was just like a giant waste of paper. And now we read the news on the internet and like no one reads newspapers anymore, like hard copies. So that's pretty much the update. I kind of did, I don't know if I just said this in the video earlier, but I pretty much did myself a concussion test where I was like, I'm gonna vigorously exercise, and I ended up getting a bigger headache, and then I felt nauseous, and I ended up like throwing up in my mouth a little bit, and I wasn't even exercising that hard. There's the Roomba. I pretty much was just like stretching, how I always stretch when I want to do a split, and yeah, that's what happened. So that's pretty much the situation right now. So that is the update. And now my Roomba's cleaning this room, so it's just going to be loud and annoying. So that's the end of my video. So thank you guys for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!